Welcome to the project's tutorial series for ProTracker Advantage. During this tutorial, we will be discussing the process of managing all created projects in your firm. The project management feature will provide a global view of the status of all projects for all employees in your firm. It allows you as the user to monitor a project up to its completion. Let's first view the project management screen in Advantage. First, look to the main menu bar, click on the Projects menu, and select the Project Management option. From the Project Management screen, you will see 5 tabs that segregate all projects by their project phase status. To review, a project may only be in one phase at a time: the estimate, proposal, active, or closed phase. The Open Projects tab lists the projects that are currently in the estimate, proposal, or active phase of a project. Look to the Phase field to see the current phase of the project. The Time in Hours field displays the sum of time spent on the project by all employees in your firm. The Next Action field lists the date of the next open activity in the project. Overdue project activities are flagged by a red exclamation point. Let's double-click on a project for a client, such as the Financial Planning Checkup project for John Sample. Double-clicking on a project will bring you to the Project Details screen. Notice on the upper right side of the screen the Project Phase field. This field displays the current phase of the project, active, denoted in red font. To finish, we will click on the Back button located on the right side of the toolbar. This will bring us back to the Project Management screen. The Filter feature can be used for any tab from the Project Management screen. To demonstrate, look to the upper right corner and click on the Filter button. The Select Filter Criteria dialog box will appear. This dialog box will show you the selection criteria available for the Open Projects list view. You may filter the list of open projects by the project manager or by a date range. Let's click on the Next Action Date drop-down list and select plus or minus 90 days. Click on the Save Filter button at the bottom. The list of open projects has now been filtered to display only those with a next action due within the past 90 days or the next 90 days. To remove the filter, look to the left side of the screen to the Assistant area and double-click on the Remove Filter option. The Open Projects tab will once again display all open projects. To reiterate, the Filter feature can be used on any tab from the Project Management screen. Let's now click on the Open Estimates tab. The Open Estimates tab displays projects where the estimated time for completion is being developed. Let's double-click on a client with a project estimate, such as the Tax Planning Estimate for John Sample. Notice the Project Phase field on the upper right corner now says Estimate in red font. Look just below that to the Estimate Date field. This field is filled in when the estimate has commenced. Again, we will click on the Back button on the toolbar to go back to the Project Management screen. Let's now click on the Proposals tab. The Proposals tab displays projects where the estimated time has been established and the prospect or client has received the written proposal. The firm is now waiting on the prospect or client to accept the proposal so that the project may be started. Let's double-click on a client with a project proposal, such as the Tax Planning proposal for John Sample. Look to the upper right corner of the project details screen and notice the project phase field now says Proposal in red font. Notice the proposal date field below that. This field is filled in when the project proposal was delivered to the client or prospect. Again, we will click on the Back button to go back to the project management screen. Let's now click on the Active Projects tab. The Active Projects tab has 4 subtabs. The Projects in Progress tab lists projects that have been activated from an estimate or proposal. This tab also lists projects that were directly created without going through the estimate or proposal phases. The Open Project Activities tab gives you a global view of all tasks, notes, and appointments that are currently open for all projects. The activities are listed by the client name and the project name. The Date field displays the due dates for the activities. Notice the red exclamation points. A red exclamation point will appear if the activity is overdue. This tab also lists accumulated billable hours and non-billable hours logged for the project activities. The Next Actions tab displays the first activity in the project's list of activities that has not yet been closed. The Activity Date field lists the due dates for all activities. The Next Actions tab also shows projects that are falling behind. Overdue activities are flagged with a red exclamation point. You should use this tab as a planning tool to identify which project activities need to be worked on next. The Running Timers tab shows all timers that are currently running in the firm for all employees. The last tab on the project management screen is the Closed Projects tab. This tab lists projects that are complete. Let's double-click on a client with a closed project, such as the financial planning project for Peter Hutch. Notice that the project phase field on the upper right corner now says Closed in red font. Also notice the Date Close field at the bottom. When the Date Closed field is filled in, a project will enter the Closed Project phase. Finally, we will look to the Project Activities area on the bottom half of the screen. Look to the Billable field. The total time accumulated for this project is displayed under the Billable field. To conclude this tutorial, remember that the Project Management screen allows you as the user to view all projects in your firm at a global level. Each tab on the Project Management screen segregates the projects in your firm into the status of each project. Also remember to use the Filter feature to your advantage to segregate the projects even further to meet certain criteria. Lastly, as a reminder, you may find it helpful to view only the projects that are assigned to you as the project manager. To do so, click on the Home button on the main toolbar and click on the My Projects tab. This tab will list all projects that you have been assigned to as the project manager. The Due Date field displays the date the project is due. The Progress field lists the percentage of the completion of the project. It measures how complete the project is based on the ratio of closed tasks to the total number of all tasks. Look to the Time and Hours field to view the sum of the time spent on the project by all employees in your firm. The Next Action field lists the date of the next open activity in the project. Overdue project activities are flagged by a red exclamation point. For any further information on the project management feature in Advantage, press F1 from any screen to obtain ProTracker Advantage help.